What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Straw 2. This is the final trial episode. We're going to find out if Shinji really did commit suicide, or if it was all a lie. Okay, let's go. Ellipses. That reminds me, didn't Yuki say he was kidnapped by someone? Does anyone know who that someone was? Probably Shinji?
What are you talking about, Sora? What does that have to do with the reason for Shinji killing himself?
There was a burnt stun gun lying around on the crime scene. You told me that you blacked out suddenly, right, Yuki? Perhaps he was attacked by that stun gun.
A stun gun? I did think I felt a jolt or something like that.
But why bring that up now? Don't you feel something's off? If Shinji really is the culprit and took his own life, why was Yuki kidnapped? And by whom?
Even I didn't think that one through. Guess I was too focused on the culprit's identity.
Da-da-da. Well, it's Shinji, obviously. According to our line of reasoning, the only one to have hostile intent against our group was Shinji. You said that when you called Shinji over to the power room, you found Yuki there, right? If Shinji was the one who ambushed Yuki, then it would have been before he met up with Nikei. Don't you think that's a bit weird? Why would you kidnap someone only to meet up with someone else, right after? Yeah,
It is a bit weird, I guess.
Honestly, I feel like Nikei might have done it because Yuki was threatening on warning Shinji.
I don't know. No offense, but he might have just been, a bit crazy in the head. If we're going by Nikei's words, then Shinji was helping Void behind our backs, and he even tried to kill Yuki and Shinji.
What? You mean Nikei, right?
Even if he did take his own life, maybe he was just one of those people and was just acting in front of us while acting crazy behind our backs. Like, the person who sat beside me right now.
I see that Shinji's image has fallen way off a cliff.
I'm just saying, under the assumption that Shinji was behind all of this. I didn't intend to mock the dead, even if they were the bad guy.
I obviously don't have that problem, but that's also because they're not actually real. Going by Nikei's words... Wait. What? What about that? We've been assuming a lot of stuff.
Sora?
Nikei, there's one thing I need to clear up with you. Oh boy, here we go. When you gathered us in that meeting room to tell us that Shinji might be a traitor. Yeah, what about it? Where were you, and what were you doing after that meeting?
Sora, what's the matter?
Yuriko, please don't interrupt us for a moment. This is a very important matter we're dealing with. I don't think that should be a question mark. What do you mean? I went straight to talk with Shinji. After calling him out to the power room? Yes. But why the power room? Why call Shinji over to such a creepy, dark place? Because nobody'd be there. As I mentioned before, even I didn't know well enough about the identity of the person working for Void. I just didn't want unwanted people from entering and hearing our business, that's all. I find that a bit suspicious, Nikei. I'm not sure where you're going with this. If you really did believe that Shinji was the traitor, shouldn't you have acted with a bit more caution? I mean, I guess. What are you trying to pull here? You better have a good reason for picking apart everything I say. I mean, doesn't anyone agree about this? If Shinji really was a dangerous threat, then Nikei basically walked straight into the tiger's den alone, willingly. It's kind of true.
Come to think of it, you're right. Why didn't I notice that?
Very persuasive. Comes with being a journalist.
Hey, Nikei! Why would you do something so risky?
Isn't it obvious? He's the mastermind behind this case, that's why.
What?
I like how Iroha's purpose in this trial is just go, huh?
What?
Wait, Shobai, I thought you said you wouldn't interfere in this matter. You know what's the most annoying thing about this trial? Can't decide it on my own and have to wait for you idiots.
Okay, Shobai.
If you idiots aren't satisfied with the culprit's identity and want to know the whole story, then I figured I should just join and get this over with quickly.
Wait, Sora, so you're agreeing with Shobai that Nikei was the mastermind of this case?
I guess you could, I don't know. I'd still say it's based on instinct, but considering Shobai's on my side, there seems to be some logical ground behind all this. If Nikei believed he was a traitor hard enough, I could see it. But I don't think he was, which is why it's confusing.
Of course there is. I'm genuinely surprised you fools haven't realized it yet.
Wait! You should have told us sooner if you'd realized the truth.
That's not really Shobai's MO.
What for? Why the hell do I have to care what Nikei Yamuri schemed under your noses? All we gotta do is vote Shinji Kasai and bam, trial would have been over. This is like a bonus stage. Complete waste of time that doesn't contribute anything to my progress.
But you're still going to help us, right?
Huh? Help, eh? Yeah, that might be the word for it. Honestly, you don't even have to think too deep about this. The one who kidnapped Yuki Maeda, the one who framed Shinji Kasai, was all done by Newsy over there.
That does make sense.
Framed?
Wait, framed Shinji Kasai? Okay.
Wait, what does that mean?
Hi, Teruya.
Nikei, you're not gonna say that all the stuff you told me was a lie, are you?
What is happening now?
I did all that because I believed in your words.
What did you do, Teruya?
Teruya?
Oh, boy.
If there was any ill intent in all this, I'll never forgive you. Answer me, Nikei.
What? What are they even talking about?
Well, looks like the cat's out of the newspaper bag. Ooh, that's a new sprite. It's kind of weird looking. Nikei? Don't look at me like that. Ugh, I don't like it. You got some fucked up sense of humor. Me, the mastermind of this case?
I'm a victim here for crying out loud, you little shit.
Okay.
Look, I'm trying my best out here, trying to fuck over Mikado. And you won't believe me? The hell? Answer the question, Nikei. Were you the one who ambushed me? And what do you mean, framing Big Bro? Tell us the truth.
Let's not do this, guys. We could have all taken the easy way. As if I haven't gotten enough shit to deal with. If you guys don't believe me, then I can't trust you back. Nikei, I know I should be ripped to shreds for what I did to you. And we're even going as far as to suspect you. I imagine that you're angry and upset. You have every right to be, but This is exactly why you need to sincerely answer us. If you truly are innocent, then I might have sinned again against you. But even so, this is something we can't look over. Shut up! You think you have any right to suspect me, you dirty rat! Okay, calm down. That's a new one.
The girl's not worthy, eh? Then how about I take over, Newsy? Little Newsy? The fact that the stun gun found at the crime scene was burnt means it was there before the fire had happened.
Yes.
Thus, the person who had the stun gun has to have visited the power room before the crime had happened.
That would be Sora, Yuki, and Nikei, right?
Correct. The stun gun was probably used immediately after the meeting. Hey, fact check this for me. You said you were attacked shortly after leaving the meeting room?
Yep.
You've got to be kidding me. Sora and Yuki were there in the break room as well. Breaking room? It's where I break people. And Sora also went to the power room, so she should be a suspect as well.
No, Sora has an alibi.
Yeah, we met. Didn't have enough time to throw Yuki down the stairs into the power room.
She talked with me on the top floor after leaving the meeting room. You remember that, don't you, Sora?
Huh? What? What?
You met up with me, remember? We were talking about your alibi here. I mean, I still don't get the stuff you did in this case, but whatever happened, happened. Right now, you should focus on the trial.
Yeah, she's right. I had a conversation with her shortly after leaving the meeting room.
Sora, there you are. Are you alone? I want to talk about Iroha being a void, which we still haven't brought up yet. I guess it's not really that important, but still.
Yeah, excluding Yuki Maeda himself, Albino Girl has an alibi. So unless Yuki kidnapped himself, that's a little bit strange. So the process of elimination, the only person capable of using that stun gun on Yuki Maeda is Newsy.
That may be true if we look at our alibis, but Sora's in much more suspicious position if we look at the bigger picture. As soon as people start throwing, like, suspicions on the person accusing them, you know something's got. She used some witchcraft to go through the floor and ended up below the power room. How do you explain that? Well... Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh. She might have used some other trick to kidnap Yuki and bring him to the power room. I mean, she could have just thrown him through the floor. That is much more plausible explanation, I'd say. No. Well, Sora, try disproving that. I can't tell you the exact details about what happened then. But how I fell from the top floor and ended up in Babam Battlefield has nothing to do with this case. Please trust me on this. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum. See? She's hiding something. And trust? Well, that's fucking hilarious. You wouldn't trust me, would you? You think we cared about trust when we sent Hajime, Emma, and the twins to hell? Well, I'd like to think that one of the twins didn't go to hell. Also, none of them went to hell, Nikei. They didn't actually die. Ha. Fact check that. This bitch dirtied my hand just because she was too scared to take the shot herself. And you guys say you can't trust me, but you believe in her.
Spreading fake news even inside the trial, eh? Hey, Newsy, shut the fuck up. They all got alibis. Maybe you should stop worrying about your hands being dirty and worry about your ears. Because I just said a swear word.
Wait, I do that all the time.
If Nomi boy got kidnapped right after leaving the break room, how the hell can albino girl achieve that? That while talking to the hostess.
They're in it together. But that doesn't prove I have the stun gun. I did say, are you suspecting me just based on process of elimination? I mean, it's pretty good reason.
Of course, that's not all there is to it. You said you got attacked by Shinji Kasai in the power room? Now that's comedy if I've ever seen it. Ever heard it? I didn't see it.
At Shobai, even Sora and Yuki stated that Nikei was unconscious.
Uh-huh.
And Sora even went so far as to use Nikei's hands. He would have realized what was going on if he was just pretending.
Who said he was pretending? Of course he was out cold for real.
Did he out cold himself?
Then why?
And why did Shinji charge at Yuki?
He actually fainted for real? Wait, I got it.
Yup, if he was actually carrying the stun gun, he would have been able to use it on himself to knock himself out.
Just to feign innocence? Is that what we're saying?
What?
There we go again. You say I used the stun gun on myself? You're the one to talk about fake news. We've got a newbie fantasy writer here.
Fake? Then why don't you explain what happened? What did Shinji Kasai use to knock you out?
I don't know. He just tackled me suddenly.
If you got knocked out from getting tackled, it's either because the impulse you received was massive or you hit a vital point. That kind of injury is sure to leave a mark somewhere on your body. So come here and get naked. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. I'm a doctor. Not really, but kinda.
Ugh. I'm a never nude.
Nikei did look somewhat awkward now that I think about it. Amidst all the debris and chaos in that crime scene, he looked unusually unharmed lying down. You're right. I only caught a glimpse, but there's no sign of injury or struggle on Nikei. As for me, I'm covered in it, right? Hold on. That means when he said that, it all started when Shinji attacked him. That brat lied about everything from the start?
Wah wah.
It's not all. If Shinji Kasai didn't attack Nikei Yumuri, that means he didn't have any reason to.
No reason to attack, but that implies... It was all a lie? The talk about traitor, Big Bro being suspicious, everything?
I told you you could frame Shinji Kasai. I don't know his objective, but his goal was probably to cause a fight between Yuki Maeda and Shinji Kasai. From the start.
Make it seem like Yuki attacked him, I guess? I don't know.
Nikei Yumuri, you little...
Yumuri. I bet you I know his plan. Here's my prediction. He's given up on trying to find an escape route because they were trapped in the tower. So he decided to try to get everybody killed so that they could escape that way instead. Idiots. He's got a little speech bubble. What? I don't know anything you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Don't play dumb, you little bastard!
Something about Teruya saying, little bastard? I don't know, and I don't care. You have any proof? And I'm not talking about some loose conviction you've got against me. If you haven't got proof, you can always fabricate the truth. That's how it works with a scoop. Oh no. Fake news. You can create the most horrifying rumors about the kindest people. You can make political giants fight over nothing. Each other to the death over one simple lie. That's how easy it is, man. Nikei, so those are the renowned articles that you've been putting up? So what? If you've got nothing to back your words up, every lie has the potential to become the absolute truth. That's how society works. And we live in a society. So let me see some evidence that I caused everything, damn it.
Is this really Nikei?
We found Dark Nikei.
Is this the Nikei we knew all along? He was a void, but he put his trust in us by betraying them. And I've done something horrible to him.
I think it was just angry Nikei.
Perhaps I don't have the right to condemn him. But even so, this person must.
Okay. They must what, Sora? Finish your sentence. You have bad grammar, Sora. Oh my god. He's Hermes. You little rat. That's too far, even for a joke. You've got proof? I need proof! Let's not do this the hard way, okay? This is fake news. Yeah, it was my doing all along. So what? Oh boy. I guess because Hermes is the messenger god. I'm hoping I'm remembering the right name. I'm pretty sure. I think my brain is feeling weird because I'm conflicting it with the Roman version. I think that's why my brain's like, no, you're wrong. You said the wrong name. But, yeah. Pretty sure Hermes is the Greek version. And, like, the quote-unquote real version. Because the Romans appropriated everything. It's kind of like fake news, you know? Fake news? Also, but... Oh, it's got a camera on it. I was like, what's on his little staff? Oh, it's a camera. It's funny. It's just funny. I don't know. I don't know what to say at this point. I'm pretty sure Nikei is not about to die, is the thing. Because, you know, Shinji is eventually the killer of himself. To protect everyone, which is kind of what I expected. Before going into the case. Like, before I saw everything, that's what I expected the case to be, which if Shinji was gonna go. But, I don't know. The case itself, it just didn't seem like it. And now I'm not sure, to be fair. Although someone did bring up a good point that they couldn't think of a good execution for a journalist. Although I'm sure it could be done. I don't know. I don't think Nikei is dead. Also, what did Teruya do? And where's the gun? Those questions still haven't been answered. Boom. Is this our first time seeing black text? I don't think so. I think we've seen it before. It's like, kind of like the white noise because it doesn't actually hurt you. It's interesting. It's interesting. I can't even remember the backgrounds for the other people, but Nikei's is like a lot. Omaewa? We just need like 2 more. Okay, 3 more. Oh my god. Okay, no. Okay. I was gonna say there's another phase. Miss the gun missing. Missing the gun? The missing gun. The missing gun. Okay. The gun missing. I like... Okay. I never, like, criticize the art in this game because it's, like, really close to regular Danganronpa style. But the helmet is, like... just, like, the helmet doesn't look right with his hair. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, like, normal, but... Close your eyes, children! Okay. That wasn't too bad. It was better than Kanade's. Kanade's was a bit much. I don't even remember the other ones. You know who I miss? Kind of miss Kokoro. I just had a thought. If Shinji really did intend on attacking Nikei with Yuki, wouldn't he have used his gun? Nikei or Yuki. attacking Shinji with Yuki. Ah! Okay.
The gun?
Yeah, we still haven't talked about it. It's finally coming up.
You're right.
I completely forgot that we gave Big Bro the gun.
And we even all agreed on it.
Correct. If he really was a threat to us, we basically had armed our worst enemy.
But why did you bring that up?
Think about it. If what Nikei says is true and Shinji was the traitor, why didn't he use the gun to attack Nikei? Oh dear. I see. He had the gun, the most horrifying weapon in human history, and didn't use it on Nikei. Quite strange indeed. Are you guys stupid? If he shot the gun, I would have immediately died. Then everyone would know why. Or who the killer was. You'd think you'd shoot if you knew you were going to die from it as well. It's kind of a fair point, but also, I don't know. Shinji isn't stupid. Wait, he was stupid. But he wasn't that dumb.
Hey, albino, step aside. I'll show you how it's done. Nikei Yomuri, you know very well there was no gun on Shinji Kasai's corpse. It's very unlikely he'd left something as important as a gun just lying around, meaning that someone must have stolen it from him.
I mean, I think it would be pretty easy to convince him to give it up, considering he didn't want it in the first place.
And by someone, who do you mean? Are you that dull? Of course it's Newsy, Einstein. Search his body right now. There's bound to be the gun hidden somewhere.
Hold on a moment. We're not quite sure if he really was carrying the gun at the time. Maybe he could have hidden it somewhere else.
A gun of all things? Yeah, maybe he hid it in your pocket? Nice try. Alright then, group thinking time. Suppose you just got a gun. Would you carry it around at all times, or would you hide it someplace secret?
Well, it'll be a huge problem if someone steals it, or if I somehow lose it, so I'd probably carry it around.
Nikei, come here for a sec. Let me check your body.
Oh, everyone wants to see me naked now. No, you can't.
Why not?
Yeah.
What do you mean I can't?
Nikei, you really are the...
Well... Yeah, you're right. I stole the gun from Shinji.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
And I am the mastermind who plotted this case.
So it was you.
So what? What difference does that make? I'm not the culprit.
What?
Uh-oh. The comedy trio's breaking down. Well, I've got to admit you did get some things right. I was the last one to leave the power room, but when I came back to the crime scene after hearing the body discovery announcement, there were some things I didn't get. I didn't even consider the possibility of Sora interfering with the plan. I just thought it was some other third party. But now I see it was actually Shinji taking his own life.
So, by those words, are you confirming that all of it was a lie? That there was someone who was helping the Voids, and Shinji was that person?
No, I think he was lying way before that. I always thought that you acted a bit suspicious, ever since you bowed down.
That long ago? You don't say he even lied about betraying the Voids?
Didn't I warn you? We Voids are full of liars. Hey, don't assume I lied about everything. The part about wanting to kill Mikado was true. It's just I couldn't tell you every detail about it. All of this was part of a plan to kill Mikado Sonoji. Sora, if you had just stayed down without doing anything stupid, the plan would have worked.
I did something stupid?
Yes, we all already knew that.
The plan? What plan?
Were you gonna somehow force Mikado to kill him? It'll take forever to explain everything, so if I just tell you the details. Making Yuki Maeda the Blackened. Oh, I actually get it. That was my ultimate goal in this case.
What?
Make Yuki a killer? But why? How does that benefit you in any way?
Oh, I get it.
Of course you get it.
What? Roha, what did you get? What? I mean, I don't get it.
Oh, jeez.
Now that we got the guy, you can finally ask him the question to end this trial.
Ask what question?
What do you mean by what question? The reason we've been dragging this trial was because you wanted to know why Shinji Kasai killed himself. Hey, Newsy, you should know why he picked that option, right? Answer then.
As you may have guessed already, Shinji is no traitor. He never even attacked us. He was simply put too good for this world. That's... oh dear. All he wanted to do was protect us.
Wait, if he truly wanted to protect us, then why did he attack me? When I met him in the power room, he ran up to me with a really scary face.
I don't know the exact rundown of what happened because I was knocked out. But that was probably to protect Yuki from harm.
What? What the heck does that mean?
When I knocked myself out, the power room wasn't in such a mess as it is right now. Even if Shinji broke the machine's parts to cause a fire, the walls and floor should have stayed fine. Perhaps part of the power room came crashing down at that moment and Shinji leapt at Yuki to save him from the debris.
What? What kind of nonsense is that? Did you see it happening or something?
The walls and foundation for the power room were a bit old to begin with. I wouldn't have been surprised if it had broken down even earlier. Shinji was buried under debris when I arrived at the power room. If Shinji ran over to Yuki and got buried under those debris afterwards, that means...
No, that shouldn't be it. He did get buried under those piles of rocks, but that was because of... He crashed into the wall and...
I know you don't want to admit this, Yuki. But, as a person who heard his last words, I can guarantee it. Shinji would never try to attack you. It'll be near impossible to find someone as trustworthy as him.
You think you have the right to say that, Nikei Yumuri?
You're right. After all, Shinji did die in the end because of me. But all I did was set up the stage. The one who actually thought ill of Shinji and attacked him was Yuki, remember?
So it was my misunderstanding? It was my fault? No, that can't be. I couldn't have done that.
Set up some flags with the rumor about the traitor. Act as if you got knocked out by Shinji Kasai, who gave a gun. It's almost like you tried to mind control Normie Boy using situational flags.
He's so normal.
But, no, this feels too forced. Even if Yuki was panicking, would he really mistake someone trying to save him as someone trying to kill him? And that timing the walls in the power room coming down, it all just feels too perfect.
I guess you still haven't realized it yet. This world is almost ready. If we voids yearn for it, then whatever process it takes, fate would reward us with the result we wanted.
Oh.
That was all the more reason to make Yuki the Blackened before it was too late. Before he becomes Big Bad.
So, why did Shinji commit suicide in the end?
He got stabbed by Yuki, buried under rubble, and his throat slit by Sora. And if he was still alive after that, he took his own life. There'd only be one reason he would do so. To save everybody. To save Yuki. To make him not the Blackened. That was why he took his own life. Yeah.
But in the end, it was Sora that made the finishing blow on him.
When I cut Shinji's throat using Nikei's hands, Shinji was still unconscious. If he got up only after everyone left the scene, then he never would have known that. Yeah, because you had interfered with the plan, everything went wrong. Shinji should have died on the spot and never woken up. He never would have had the chance to even think about saving Yuki. But how come? Only those with the same power would be able to change the result. Just what did I miss? Yeah, Sora's definitely not related.
Then what's with the fire? If you wanted to die, why'd you go through the hassle of that?
Perhaps the fire wasn't what Shinji Kasai originally intended. By the looks of those damaged machines, he tried damaging his body through bruises to kill himself. But our bodies are sturdier than you think.
Especially his.
Can't die that easy from crashing your body into stuff.
Well, he wasn't the brightest one among us after all.
Then he could have just used the same glass shards to stab himself.
You.
Hurting yourself using sharp weapons is harder than you might think.
Yeah.
Why do you think they often use guns to kill themselves? Because all it takes is for you to end yourself is just a little bit of force from the tip of your fingers. Who here can confidently say that they're physically capable of killing themselves with a sharp weapon?
Probably no one.
It seems like everything has been settled then. So, to summarize it, Shinji went on a rampage, trying to end his own life. And when the machines broke down and fire let loose, he decided to go down that route, correct?
Well, can't confirm anything for sure since no one actually saw him killing himself. But by the looks of it, that looks to be the most probable theory. Big bro killed himself just to save me? Why? I even stabbed him. I trusted Nikei's words and suspected him as a traitor. Why?
Yuki.
You! This is all your fault, Nikei Yumari.
Uh-huh. And?
What's wrong with you? Why did you do this? What is your plan and why did you go this far for it? Why would you lie to us?
Let's just end the trial for now. I've got work to do. Hey, Monochrome, start the voting.
Wait,
Iroha?
so do we have to vote for Nikei?
No.
Shinji killed himself, but it was Nikei who planned everything.
That's not how that works.
And, what? Wait, is that not it? Who's the Blacken then?
Were you fucking asleep this whole time?
No, I get what happened. I got it, but...
I mean, this case isn't your normal murder case, granted. Then how about we go through everything once more, just to explain it to Iroha? Yikes.
Please, God, no. We've wasted enough time. Just don't.
Please, yes?
Oh boy. Nikei telling us the truth, we finally matched every single puzzle piece. Now it's time to see it all play out on the big screen! This is the end. Let us go over this whole case one final time. So everybody lives! Now, except for Shinji, but we already knew that. Sounds good to me! I'm fine with Nikei being back to the quote-unquote enemy. You know? Bzzzt. Stun gunning himself. Yikes. Oh! Oh, that's a different look to the glass shards than I thought. Because the glass shards we had was different. God, I don't like this picture of Yuki. That's very evil. Oh boy. Then he gets up again. Bum, bum, bum 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 ba-da-dum. Explosions. Fire.
Oh my god, it's Sora! He fell through the floor! You know, when you really get down to it, my part in this case was kind of small.
Before we got to go over the case, let me remind you that this whole case was planned by Nikei, okay? He first dropped false info on us as bait, telling us someone has been helping the Void behind our backs. After the meeting, Nikei used the stun gun to kidnap Yuki and took him to the power room. And he called over the real culprit of this case to create the situation he wanted. Nikei's goal was to push Yuki into killing someone. As soon as Yuki woke up, he used the stun gun on himself to knock himself out. Witnessing the scene, Yuki mistakenly thought that the culprit had attacked Nikei. Oh man. Here, Yuki said the culprit rushed at him to attack him, but in reality it was in an act to save Yuki from an unknown danger. However, Yuki, panicking, grabbed one of the glass shards lying on the ground to stab the culprit's neck. Imagine being Shinji in this situation.
Oh, what the hell? Yuki, come on, man.
After realizing he'd killed someone, he ran away from the scene in fear. And it was at that moment that I entered the power room from the secret passageway below and witnessed the whole thing. Wah wah. I also made a mistake. I thought that Yuki had killed someone. At the time, there were 2 people in the power room. The culprit, who was bleeding beneath the pile of rubble, and the unconscious Nikei. After checking up on the culprit, I realized that he had somehow miraculously survived. However, the thought that crossed my mind was not to save the dying culprit, but to save Yuki from becoming the culprit. Save the dying victim. Did that say culprit, or did I just read culprit? To be honest, I still don't know why I did it. After gripping the glass shard with Nikei's unconscious hands, I used his hand to cut the culprit's throat. That's the victim, again. I guess he's the victim and the culprit. That's kind of fair. And thus, by the rule of the last person to harm, the victim becoming the culprit, the killer was no longer Yuki. Though I admit I did something horrifying to Nikei in return for that. After I ran away from the power room, Nikei soon woke up. We first believed his words that he ran away in fear from the crime scene, thinking him as a victim in this case. But in reality, he must have been thrilled, as his real objective was to make Yuki the Blackened. The culprit was dead, and it looked like Yuki had ran away from the crime scene. However, unbeknownst to him, I had interfered, and his hand was even used in the crime. When Nikei left the scene, there was only the culprit left in the power room. But by some stroke of luck, he was still alive. It was because both Yuki and I didn't check if he'd actually died before doing our deed, or after doing our deed, rather. The culprit wasn't some traitor for the Voids. In fact, he was someone who we knew and loved all this time. Even in his dying breath, he thought of Yuki, the one who'd stabbed him. Soon after checking the state he was in, the culprit made the brave decision to kill himself in order to save Yuki from becoming the Blackened. In other words, he committed suicide. At first, he tried bashing his body onto the machines inside the power room. The traces of blood on the machines prove this. But that enough wasn't going to cut it. In that moment, the machines broke down and caught on fire. As a firefighter, the culprit must have known how fire can be used to end one's own life. So he jumped into the fire willingly to end his life. In the meantime, the power room was located deep under the tower, and it took a while for us to notice the fire.
Oh boy!
We all soon gathered at the power room, and we each thought to ourselves, now that's a picture. What first came to mind for Yuki, Nikei, and me was how the place caught on fire. This was to be expected, as none of us had caused it. This was later used as evidence to deduce that the culprit had committed suicide. While the others were in despair that we'd suffered another victim, in the end, this case had no actual culprit. Nice. It had happened because Shinji Kasai got caught up on the stage that Nikei Yomori had set up. Now that's an image. I might use that one for the thumbnail. Because it doesn't really give anything away. It even makes it seem like Shinji's still alive. I like throwing the misdirection in there, you know?
You!
Yaruko?
Sora, can I beat this guy up? The rules still don't work, right?
I think they do now, because Monokro's back in action.
No violence, Yaruko! I mean, the rules still don't apply yet, but still!
Oh, okay.
Just why? Why would you do this to us, you piece of shit?
What is going on my phone? Emergency alert. Oh, never mind.
Why would you save someone like me?
Yuki, are you alright?
I don't think I'm ever gonna be alright.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Let's think positively. Perhaps it's all still a theory. We're not even 100% sure that he died for you. Maybe he died because he felt like it.
What?
Can we vote and leave now? I'm sick of you people.
Nikei, I did something horrible to you. I know I have no right to say anything to you. But in the end, we both survived. We both weren't the culprit. So please, tell us. Tell us why you did this. I know why. Is he actually going to tell them? No. Not right now, anyway. Maybe in the post-trial. We're going to get the voting thing, and then, I don't know, Monokro's going to say, like,
what am I going to punish now?
Crow card, get. And more get. Okay.
Has everyone calmed down?
That was a weird cut. But whatever.
I apologize first for not properly doing my job on this island due to my recent memory loss.
Memoryless. I mean, it's technically true.
But the class trial must still go on, and whatever roadblock we face, we must pursue, or we must push through for this. Now then, please vote for the culprit using the switch in front of you. Keep in mind, though, I imagine none of you tried pushing the panel belonging to the dead. You can still vote for a dead person doing that, so no worries. Now, will the choice be the answer or not? Let us see.
No, I think we got it. Can you imagine if we didn't? And then we just woke up in the real world? It's like, oh. I guess that's where this game is going now. That'd honestly be a good twist. It's just blacked out. Oh dear. Okay. I'm sorry. The little bit of lag made that sound like a really, like, loud fart noise. Okay. So, I have to talk about stuff now. Okay. So. I wonder if Nikei will actually tell them the stuff that he's been hiding from them. He probably won't tell them about Iroha, but we kind of already know about that. Also, I bet this is going to be like the, what is it called? Not the Dark Night of the Soul. The low point in the story where Yaruko and Sora have issues in their relationship, you know? Even though it seemed like the low point was the beginning of this chapter, but I really think this next chapter is going to be the low point. So, man, I don't know where we go from here. I think Nikei is going to tell them some stuff, like about Utsuro and everything. And about how Yuki relates to that. But I don't think he'll tell him probably everything, maybe. I don't know. And I do think Nikei is going to slide right back into his role of being like the outsider, like he was in the third trial, who's still trying to help them behind the scenes, but is less trusted and everything. Which is fine. That makes sense. Especially now that we don't have Shinji around to try to pull everybody together. Feel like we might run into some trouble there. You never know. I don't know. I'm excited to see where this goes. That's basically the bottom line. And yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. I will do the post-trial next. And then we'll be outside of Straw 2 for a while. So I'll probably post a poll sometime after Friday's episode for
What should I play next?
So, yeah. Okay, bye.